means goodbye. But to these people gathered here today, adios will signify hello. Hello to the 3-year-old Pace for the Orchids. Today marks a pair of firsts in standard-bred history in America. First, the unveiling of a life-size statue of Adios, which is intended to honor and perpetuate his memory, the first ever to be placed at a harness racetrack. Second, the premier racing of the Adios stake for 3-year-old Pacers, which is destined to take its place among the nation's great sporting events. This is Delvin Miller, squire of Meadowlands Farm, where this great stallion stood at stud. In the process of establishing Meadowlands Farm, Miller bought Adios in 1948 for $21,000. In 1955, Miller sold Adios to Hanover Shoe Farms for $500,000, the highest price ever paid for a standard bred up to that time. The horse continued to stand at Meadowlands, and later both Miller and his friend Max Hemp purchased 1/3 interests to form a 3-way syndicate that lasted until Adios died. Now, in front of this life-size bronze statue of Adios is Jim Harrison of the United States Trotting Association, who has written most of the narration, along with Del Miller and Richard Downing of Cleveland, Ohio, the owner of Brett Hanover, one of Adios's most famous sons, and holder of the 3-year-old track record for Pacers at the Meadows. It's race time now, so let's go down to trackside and watch this field of 9 of the best 3-year-old Pacers in the nation compete for the $85,510 purse in the inaugural of the Adios. And now Stan Bergstein to call the first heat of the Pace for the Orchids.
Field in behind the gate, and the gate moving down the backstretch for the start of the $85,510 Adios. There they go. Rock and pacing, driving out on the inside very fast is Meadow Page, out after the lead Marden's Bird. It is Marden's Bird to the front, Meadow Page second, Best of All up on the outside to challenge for that early lead. It is Jim Hackett taking Best of All to the front now by half a length. Marden's Bird second by 2 lengths, Meadow Page is third. I'm the Judge is fourth as they swing round the turn. Racing in fifth is Coral Ridge, Red Wave sixth, Romulus Hanover seventh, Neverly Dancer is eighth, and Honest Story. First quarter within 29 and 1/5 seconds as they come down past the stand. Best of All has the lead by a length and a half. Marden's Bird is second by 2 lengths. Racing third is Meadow Page. I'm the Judge is fourth, coming into the half-mile mark. Coral Ridge fifth. Then comes Red Wave in sixth. Romulus Hanover is seventh. Neverly Dancer is eighth, and Honest Story. Moving around that clubhouse turn and leading the way, it's Best of All in front by a length and a half. Marden's Bird right there second. Racing in third is Meadow Page, and now up on the outside, Romulus Hanover driving. The first half in 1 minute, 3/5 of a second, and they're straightening away in the long backstretch. Best of All has the lead a length and a half. Marden's Bird second by a length. Romulus Hanover is third by a neck on the outside, and Meadow Page fourth at the rail by 3/4 of a length. Neverly Dancer is fifth. I'm the Judge sixth. Red Wave is seventh. Coral Ridge is eighth, and Honest Story is ninth. Going to the far turn, the leader is Best of All, maintaining command by a length and a quarter. Raced in second, Marden's Bird. Romulus Hanover continues to gain ground on the outside. It's Best of All by 3/4 of a length as Romulus Hanover now comes at him, and the 2 great 3-year-old adversaries now battling it out at the head of the stretch. Best of All on the inside, Romulus Hanover on the outside. 1:29 and 3 for 3/4. Best of All with Marden's Bird closing on the inside. Coming on the outside, Romulus Hanover. It's Best of All showing the way. And Best of All is the winner.
Best of All, who was just that in this first heat of the Adios with Jim Hackett in the sulky, returns to the winner's circle after negotiating the mile in 1:58.2. Best of All, owned by Samuel Huttenbauer of Cincinnati, Ohio, was Horse of the Year in 1966, and like all the other horses entered in this classic, carries the bloodlines of the great stallion Adios. The marshal calls the horses for the second heat of the Adios.